These two trucks have the same bed length, and yet the size and price could not be more different. You see this post a lot on places like Reddit and Twitter, where the implication is, why buy big truck when small truck will do? While there is validity to this sentiment, it's a little more complicated than it seems on the surface. So let's dive into why trucks are so big now, what Kei Trucks are, how they got here, and are American trucks getting smaller again? The full-size pickup truck, as American as apple pie. They are the best-selling vehicles in America. Not the best-selling truck, best-selling vehicles, period. The American pickup truck did not used to be the child crosswalk killing behemoth that it's become today. So what happened? Well, the American truck has remained relatively unchanged from the late 1950s up until the mid 2000s. However, you might have noticed trucks getting what we'll call thick with three C's. Part of this is American consumerism, bigger, faster, stronger. However, mainly to blame corporate average fuel economy, or CAFE standards. These were first enacted during the oil crisis in 1975, the main goal being to improve the fuel economy of cars and light trucks. So where did it go wrong? Well, I'm going to point the finger at the Energy Independence Act of 2007, signed into law by W. This law is what included a new footprint model. MPG was still required to go up unless the size of the vehicle expanded. You can see where this is heading. You will notice this is around the time when full-size trucks went from looking like this to looking like this. So how did that turn out? Did trucks get more efficient? Kind of. This is where you start to see things like EcoBoost, a twin-turbo V6 instead of a big hardy V8, aluminum body panels, composite beds, anything to lighten the weight, even hybrids. Chevy came out with deactivating cylinder technology. These things hurt reliability, help fuel economy, but there's only so much you can do as an engineer when your task is to design a vehicle to carry a whole nuclear family, towing a 10,000-pound trailer, all in the snow, all while hitting 30 mpg. So instead, trucks got bigger to meet the requirements. Side note, this is partially why you see bigger fender flares on vehicles like the Ford Raptor and Ford Bronco. Making the fenders wider on these vehicles allows them to dodge the more stringent EPA requirements of their normal counterparts.
I get a feeling there's going to be a riot.
So you want a truck, but you don't want to spend $50,000. What is a Kei truck? Kei car is the smallest category of Japanese vehicles, or Kei translates to, quote, light automobile. Keis are actually designed around restricted dimensions, somewhat like the CAFE standards we mentioned earlier, just in the opposite direction. The Kei category was created by the Japanese government in 1949 to stimulate both ownership and growth of Japan's car industry after the war. Kei trucks meet and take advantage of low taxes and parking fee exemptions, so it would seem that the truck is not the pure form of utility that Reddit and Twitter would have you believe. Is rather more so the outcome of legislation, but they're still pretty cool. The reason that you are just now seeing these nifty little trucks pop up is they are starting to hit what's called the 25-year rule, which those of you who are JDM car enthusiasts are probably very familiar with. But how did we get the 25-year rule? See, back in the 1980s, importers were all the rage. So what happened? Mercedes-Benz lobbied Congress to shut it down. And unfortunately, like most lobbying efforts, they were successful. Luckily for us, the 25-year rule was thrown at the last minute, allowing you to import, quote, collectibles. Because of their cheap price and utility, you'll probably see more used Kei trucks around. $5,000 is hard to beat for that kind of utility and reliability. However, I believe there'll still be a limited sight. It takes a certain level of enthusiast to enjoy right-hand drive and go through the process of importation. Although, I do think you will see a big rise and return in the compact truck market, especially since CAFE standards don't apply to EVs. Trucks like the Ford Maverick and Hyundai Santa Cruz are taking the market by storm, with the Maverick even outselling the more traditional Ranger in 2023. According to an article from CNET in 2021, even the Santa Cruz only spent 8 days on a dealer's lot. Compared that to the rival Tacoma's 10 days. Of course, the Tacoma demolishes in sales volume. Clearly, there is a demand for these small trucks. Unfortunately for the internet, big trucks are not going away, as evidenced by the Cybertruck. $50,000 gets you a lot of room for all your mistakes, and the ability to haul the space shuttle at a cool 70 miles an hour. I know there's that stat about how often people don't use their trucks for truck stuff, but for me, it kind of misses the mark. When you need a truck, you need a truck. Many folks have a camper or a boat they tow in the summer, or some dirt bikes they want to put in the bed and go out to the desert for a weekend. Or even do some overlanding. What am I going to do if I don't own a truck? Go rent one? Wait, how much are they at Home Depot? Hey, if you liked that video, please consider liking and subscribing. And thanks for watching.